Hi, I'm Josephine. I'm a detox coach and a women's health coach, and I specialize in detoxing to rid the body of toxins and inflammation such as fibroids so you can unleash a healthy, vibrant you, balance your hormone, feel fantastic inside out, and improve your quality of life. And the way I do that is using whole plant-based vegan foods as medicine. Today I want to share a very delicious recipe. It's a vegan cauliflower fried rice that you can whip up in less than 30 minutes that you can enjoy with your family or by yourself. Well, there's a reason why I use whole plant-based vegan food as medicine because they are powerful. So if you're eating a lot of processed foods, that brings so much acidity into your body. And when you introduce colorful, delicious fruits and vegetable into your diet, you just alkalizing your body, you're bringing it to a state of balance, and you're just introducing more minerals and vitamins, antioxidants, and you're just gonna start feeling fantastic when you do that. So this recipe is easy. I know that you can do that. I will also have in the description box, I do have an ebook for detoxing. So if you're looking for inspiration, if you're looking for detox recipes that will shrink fibroids, that will bring your body to a state of balance so you can start feeling fantastic, I have an ebook link in the description box. You can check that out. Now let's go start cooking this delicious vegan whole plant-based cauliflower fried rice. Take it to my kitchen now. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to prepare something delicious, some yummy yumminess, and it's going to be a vegan cauliflower fried rice. For this recipe, you're going to need 1 head of cauliflower. I've already washed this one here. We're going to need 3 cups of portobello sliders, and I also have a bunch of cilantro, fresh and washed. And I have some green onions here. I've already chopped the end, and this is about 7 stems. And I also have 7 sweet peppers. So you have an option to use the other regular bell peppers, but I like sweet peppers because they're really good for you. They're sweeter. You can munch them raw, which we're going to actually serve them raw. And the other thing also, the other bell peppers, they're on a dozen, the dirty dozen, which means they're packed with lots of pesticides. So ensure that you're buying organic bell pepper if you're going with the other ones, but I always like to use the sweet peppers. Then what we're going to use is avocado oil. This is what I'm going to use. And for the spices I have here, we're going to use some black pepper here. Then we're using some curry powder, turmeric, and we're going to use some paprika as well. Then you're going to need the cheese grater. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to show you, if you do not have a food processor to break down the cauliflower to a rice consistency, you have an option. You can use the grater, and that's what we're going to do today. So you can either use a food processor or the grater. And it's amazing because I love cauliflower because it's packed with vitamin K, which regulates inflammation in the body. It's high in fiber and helps to prevent constipation. The mushrooms here are packed with vitamin B12, which is important for energy production, and it's a great source of selenium, which is a power antioxidant. We're going to use that as a herb, but cilantro is beautiful. It really makes the food taste so good, and the flavors come out. It's really powerful when I'm preparing my food. I like to use cilantro to flavor the food. And the sweet peppers are packed with vitamin C for boosting your immune system and for detoxing. And also when you're going with the green onion, it's really powerful. They're all antioxidant, and that's what you can bring into your kitchen. So if you're on a health and wellness journey and you want to detox to shrink fibroids naturally using food as medicine, I have an ebook which I will link in the description box. You can grab your copy. In the meantime, let's get started with this vegan cauliflower deliciousness. Okay, so first thing first, I'm just going to move everything on the side. and we are going to work on the cauliflower. Then we're also going to chop up everything else. So I'm just going to move this on the side, and then I'll show you how you can work with this cauliflower. As I said, if you do not have a food processor, what you can do, I've already washed this. Okay, so you're just gonna cut it into big chunks, and then you're going to take your grater. I hope you have a grater at home. And then we're just gonna grate this and make right. So this is what we're looking for. You see that? That looks like rice. So I'm just gonna do the entire thing, and then we'll come back and we will continue with the rest of the ingredients. So it's gonna be a bit messy, but don't worry. When you're cooking, mess is fine, you know? It's okay. So we're just gonna do the entire, I'm almost done. And then we're gonna put this together. You see how that comes out nicely? Because sometimes when you go to the store to buy the cauliflower rice, it's a bit expensive. So they charge you for just, you know, grating it for you. And you can do this at home. Graters, I believe, it's something, you know, it's an easy tool to have in your kitchen. So just buy a whole head of cauliflower and bring it home and do this by yourself. And it's also very versatile. You can use it in so many different ways. And it's packed with fiber, because we want to get rid of that estrogen in the body so that we can shrink tumors, we can reset our hormones, we can start feeling good in our own body and be healthy. And when you start to eat like this, you're just going to get rid and be free of fibroids, diabetes, any kind of toxins and inflammation. You're gonna get rid out of your body. Okay, so this is what we are working with so far. I have grated. There's some big pieces on there. Don't worry about it. If you want to be too perfect, you can go ahead and do that. But they're a little, you know, you see that? But look at that. That's exactly what you want. Looks like rice. So the next thing that we're going to prepare now is we're just going to chop up everything. We're going to first chop up I'm going to put this on the side. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and work with the mushrooms right now. So I've already washed the mushrooms. So the mushrooms, the portobello mushrooms are really great. The sliders, they give you that meaty taste. So if you want something meaty, I'm going to show you how to make it so it comes out really good. You know, sometimes people don't like the mushroom because they find how it's a bit slimy, but it's actually very delicious. It's really good for you. It's nutritious for you. So there are different ways you can use mushrooms, and you just have to know how to cook it. So you just cut that in cubes. You wash that. Sometimes I take the skin off, but it looks clean. I washed it already. Make sure that's good. If it's not, you can always take that skin at the top. If you don't want to cook that. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So it depends. Okay. So we have cut that into little cubes. Next thing, we're just gonna chop that cilantro as well. Careful with your knife. Cilantro is delicious. If you're cooking in the kitchen and you're not using spices and you're not really liking what you're cooking, add herbs, you know. These are really delicious herbs that nature just provides for us to flavor our food, minus all the toxic ingredients. You know, the food tastes good. So I'm going to put that on the side. Okay, next thing, we're going to chop the green onions. So I'm just going to, let me move this on the side. Okay, so next thing, just going to do the same thing. So what's going to happen is we are going to lightly saute. We're going to make the mushrooms first. Then the rest of the ingredients are going to come later in the pan. And we're going to do this together. So we're not overcooking anything, but of course we do need to cook the mushrooms. And we are going to serve this with quinoa. So it's packed, quinoa is packed with protein. I love it. Or you can also serve it with roasted butternut squash. So instead of potato, you can use butternut squash, roast it in the oven. Okay, and in my recipe ebook, I do have a recipe. In my detox ebook, I have a recipe for that. So when you grab your copy, you'll get access to all those delicious, yummy, delicious detoxing foods. So we're going to work on the sweet peppers. I've already washed them, and we're just going to remove that, and then we're going to julienne them, okay? Okay, so what happens is we're just going to remove this top part, and you can just open it up and just remove the seeds. If you don't want to cook with the seeds, you can do that. So I'm going to do that with the rest of them. And then we're just going to thinly cut them. It depends if you want them thin. There are no roots. You can do whatever you want in the kitchen, how you like it. So I'm just gonna, that's how I'm gonna cube them up. So I'm gonna do the rest with that, and then I will show you. So we worked with that. So everything is nicely chopped up, and then we're going to start cooking. So as you can see, everything is nicely chopped up, and we have also the mushrooms prepared here ready, and we have the cauliflower ready. So everything is nice and ready, and now we're going to start preparing this. We will not be cooking this. We're going to eat raw. The sweet peppers are going to be raw, and these are going to be lightly sauteed so that we retain the flavor and the nutrients as well. And also something I forgot to mention is the Celtic salt. That's what I use. Please avoid the processed white salt. It's really inflammatory. Use sea salt, pink Himalayan salt. It's really, or black lava salt. All right. So let's cook this delicious food. Okay, so get your pot ready, and in the pot what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of water, because we're just going to have add water just to get everything started. Okay, just a little bit of water. Then we're going to put a mushroom in there, because mushroom is what we want to cook first before we can add the rest of the stuff in, because the rest of the things we don't want to overcook the cauliflower, because we want to retain the nutrients as much as possible. So we're going to cook this first, the mushrooms. We're going to saute it and make it delicious with the spices. Now you're going to use the spices according to your liking. Adjust them according to your liking, how you flavor them. So you can start with 1 teaspoon. As we said, we have turmeric here. So turmeric is very anti-inflammatory. You definitely want to introduce that to your cooking. It's good if you have the root, you can also use that. Then we have some curry powder as well, and some black pepper, and some paprika. And in addition, I just have some white, organic white wine vinegar, which is really great when you are making mushrooms. It really enhances the flavor as well. So we're just going to saute this, and we're just going to prepare this together. As of now, you can see everything is starting to slowly cook. I have not added the avocado oil. It's on medium heat right now. And we're just going to let, the thing about mushrooms is going to start shrinking, so all that water is going to be sucked out of the mushrooms. So we're just going to leave this for about maybe 3 minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll see how it looks like. So it's been 3 minutes. This is what we are working with. As I said, the mushrooms are going to start shrinking and the water is going to come out of it. So what I normally do is I'm just going to let it just, cook with this water. It's probably going to be another about 5 minutes, because everything else is just going to be so quick and easy. We're not even going to use so much heat after this to cook the rest of the ingredients and also to add the spices. So keep an eye. Right now, so it's been 3 minutes that we've checked on it, and you can see the water. As you see, that's how much water is left. So it's almost coming to that point where we're going to start adding our spices, the oil, so everything can just come out good and flavorful. Okay, so now I don't want to overturn it. The thing about mushroom too, you also don't want to touch them so much when you're cooking them. You just want to let them rest, and once that water is all shrunk, then we're going to add our spices. So we're going to leave it another maybe 3 more minutes, and we're going to come back and check on it. Okay, so I am checking on this. It's not even been that 3 minutes yet. So in total, there's about 5 minutes. So it was just over 2 minutes. So right now, as you can see, there's no more water on the bottom. So what I do is I'm just going to take the avocado oil, which we have here. So I'm gonna add avocado oil. So add to your liking. 2 tablespoons you can start with. Add to your liking. It's sometimes so hard to, I know many times when I'm trying different recipes and it says 1 tablespoon, and I feel like that's not enough oil for me. But you can start off with 2 tablespoons of avocado oil. So that was about 3 tablespoons for me, because I'm gonna have the other ingredients as well. So I wanna make sure that I have, it's nicely coated. Okay. Next thing, what I'm going to do is that white vinegar, I'm just gonna add 1 tablespoon. I wing it on the kitchen. So that's just 1 tablespoon of the white vinegar. It just gives that acidity. Next thing, I'm going to add that green onion. So I'm going to add the green onion that we chopped. I'm going to just add it in there. Then we're just going to mix. Now this is where the flavor starts to hit your nose and you're like, oh my God, this is gonna be delicious. You can enjoy with your family as well. So first thing first, I'm going to add the paprika. So that's about 1 teaspoon. Turmeric. Add to your liking. 1 teaspoon. Curry powder. And some black pepper. So when you lightly saute the spices together, oh my God, it starts to smell so good. And I'm going to reduce the heat to low now. I don't want to burn anything. I don't want anything burning. So I just added a little bit of oil there. I don't want anything burning at all. So at this point, I'm going to add my salt, the salted salt. Adjust to your liking. You can start with 1 teaspoon. You can always adjust. You can always add more if you like. Everything is on low. Initially it was on medium, so I've totally reduced that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, now it's time to add that cauliflower. So we're adding that cauliflower rice. And the good beauty about this is you do not need to overcook it. Cauliflower, especially if it's shredded like this, if it's grated, it cooks pretty fast, like pretty fast. Now, already it smells so good. All the ingredients are fresh, and that's what you want to do. You want to cook with fresh ingredients to really enjoy the food that you're making. And this is going to detox your body, and you're going to get rid of any inflammation because you're cooking at home. And I know that you can do this. It's quite easy. You just need to get your ingredients, set your mind right, because you gotta take care of your body. If you don't, you're gonna continue experiencing, all this kind of pain and symptoms that nobody wants to deal with that, right? Okay, so you see that? Look at that. Look at the color. See how beautiful that is? This is on medium. I'm gonna put it back on medium. And if it's sticking, so you have option. As you can see already, the cauliflower is already starting to cook down. So I'm gonna just put it back on medium just a little bit for like a minute. Then I'm gonna turn this off, and then I'm gonna add the rest of the ingredient. So because I don't want to cook the peppers, and the cilantro should be, you know, when it's raw, it's a bit, it tastes better like that. So as of now, if you like, you can add a little bit of the white vinegar. You can taste and see. I actually have not even tasted it to see. Oh my gosh, it's really good. It's perfect. I thought I was even the salt is good. So this is where you taste it. Then you add the ingredients according to your liking. And you also, as I said, you don't want to, you know, when you eating the cauliflower, a little bit of crunchiness is also delicious, you know. So now it's been on here for about 2 minutes, and I'm just gonna almost, you know, we're almost done here. And if you cover this off, it can cook on its own. So I'm gonna leave it for another minute, and everything is gonna go off. If you have cocoa aminos instead of soy sauce, you can add cocoa aminos there to give it that a little bit of flavoring. If you want it a bit hot or chili, jalapeno, fresh jalapeno peppers, or you can use peppers instead. Add that spiciness if that's something that you like. And we're going to serve this with quinoa, okay? So it's already, the mushrooms are cooked, everything is done. So the cauliflower, I've been there for 3 minutes. I'm going to turn everything off right now. So I've turned the heat off. The cauliflower has already started to break down. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the rest of the ingredients. So I'm going to add the sweet pepper, and I'm also going to add the cilantro. You see those colors? Those are the colors that really work in your body, balance your body, and you're able to rid the body of any inflammation and toxic. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the color. So it's like couscous, you know, if you've not had couscous, it's like something similar, but it's the healthy, you know, without grain. It's very healthy, it's hearty, it's really delicious. This is done. This is done. We don't have to cook anything else. So this is done, and we are going to serve it. As I said, the cauliflower was just on there for about 3 minutes, and then we just turn off the heat, and we add the rest of the ingredients, and we serve, and it's good to go. All right, so let me plate this, and I'll show you how it looks like. Okay, so this is what we are working with, the vegan cauliflower fried rice, and I had some quinoa here, and I have some limes and avocado for healthy fat. Now this is done. It took less than 30 minutes. The hardest part is grating, obviously. It's not even hard, but takes longer. It's grating the cauliflower and also just chopping up the veggies. But it's pretty easy. Cauliflower, or you can have it with roasted butternut squash, as I mentioned before. But this is delicious. If you like this recipe and you really are on a journey, you want to detox naturally and to rid your body of any toxins and inflammation so that you can unleash that healthy, vibrant you, feel fantastic inside out, and just improve your quality of life. I have the description, under the description box, I have my ebook for detoxing. You can grab a copy, and I hope that you will give the recipe a try. Please let me know in the comment box. Until next time, be well, be healthy, and be happy.